Hey, you guys! Do I even have to say it? I'm Bunny. Sometimes I buy stuff, sometimes I say stuff, and sometimes I do stuff. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm barefaced. I don't have anything in the hopper as to upload this week. So yeah, we're just doing like a simple get ready with me. We are seeing a movie today and it is hotter than Satan's taint outside. It also rained last night and so it's super humid. So I went ahead and I did the crimper, if you couldn't tell. I wish I had like a little clip or something to like clip this back. I might go try and find one, but for right now, this is what this is. We are just chilling and gonna put on some makeup and just chat. And I don't know. I don't have any script or outline of like how this is gonna go. We are just literally putting on makeup and talking. So if you want to put me on in the background, cool. Thank you so much. And let's just get started because look at this face. I'm actually gonna start just by putting a little bit of this Clarins lip oil on. This is how I usually like prep my lips, even though I don't think I'm wearing lipstick today. This is like a casual day. We're going to the movies. I don't know if you guys have like noticed, but we go to the movies every weekend and we also almost watch like one movie during the weekend at home. I actually keep track of everything that we go see or watch in an app called Letterboxd, and I rate them, and I usually don't write like too much. I either write like how horrible it was or how much I liked it. But I'm thinking about possibly like doing a little roundup at the end of the year of like listing all the movies I saw throughout the 2024 year, like from worst to best. I don't know. I don't know, like, because honestly, you know, sometimes I'm a little under the influence when I see these movies and I forget a lot about them, and I don't know. Let me know if that's something that like you'd be interested in, because my husband and I do see a lot of movies. However, we do kind of skew towards like the horror genre. We are seeing A Quiet Place day one today, so I guess that would go in that genre. That's just kind of what we go towards more. We do watch a ton of different movies, but I would say like, you know, we're not like the rom-com comedy type people. We're more of like drama, B-movie, artsy horror, like stuff like that. So I don't know. Let me know if you're interested in something like that, and maybe at the end of the year I can put something like that together. I just primed my face with the Ritual Defeat Thorn Milk. I am gonna have to be buying a new one of these soon. That'll be like the third or fourth bottle of this that I've gone through. I absolutely love that stuff. Next, I'm gonna be going in with my favorite. Do you know what it is? The Prada Skin Reveal Foundation. This is actually my second bottle of it, and I'm getting there. I'm gonna have to buy a refill here soon. Lord, it's hot. I think I said this like for the last 2 years, like we are on our way to becoming like radioactive, and I'm not gonna get on my high horse of like how we're treating the earth or anything, but if you can't tell, we are definitely on our way to not being able to be outside very much in these months. We were walking the dogs the other day and it was hilarious. I don't know if some of you are gonna, speaking of movies, I don't know if some of you will get this joke, but we were walking the dogs and we were under kind of like a shaded tree area for a little bit, and then we hit a piece of sidewalk where it was like full sun, and it like, the heat and sun just like hit you so hard that I made a noise and my husband made a noise, and I said, oh, it's like that scene in Terminator. And this is how you know that you're married to the right person, because my husband said at the fence, and I was like, yep, it's exactly what it felt like. So yeah, that's how it's been over here in Atlanta. It has just been absolutely miserable. And yeah, the best thing that you can do in times like this is go to the movies and sit in a cold, dark room. However, we do have some errands to run, so I'm going to be doing that as well. Just adding a tiny bit more on this cheek because of my age spots. So let's just call them age spots right now. God, guys, I'll tell you what. I just had my 44th birthday. And Lord Almighty, I'm so old. Like, I am really like feeling it. I have actually done like a pretty good job so far. I mean, look, my hubs and I don't have kids. We're now in our mid 40s. We do go to a lot of festivals and we try to stay, relevant within culture. But man, physically, I'm telling you, it has definitely, it's such a weird thing. I'm gonna like put a little bit of this Ole Hendricks in. I don't know if any of you were interested in seeing this, but this is the eye brightener stick. I have been using this a lot. I can't say it's like a miracle product. I have this Rare Beauty concealer brush and I really like it because it like gets up in there. But this, if you don't want, like if you're doing a light makeup day and you don't want like a ton of concealer, but you just want to like brighten just a little bit, this has been like pretty decent. I am considering rebuying it, which is kind of crazy. But I've used like a lot of it and the stick actually like broke. But if you can see, I have used like a lot of it. So I have to be like careful about when I pull it out and put the brush to it. But it does actually have some brightening qualities. It doesn't actually like cover anything. It's not like a concealer. I know they called it like a color corrector. I don't know. You can see it like brightens it like a little bit, but I don't get creasing because it's not actual like makeup. So I actually kind of like it. I might buy this. I got this off of Flip, so I got it 30% off. So I might rebuy this. Anyway, back to me putting one foot in the grave. Actually, I have both feet in the grave right now, as it feels like. If you are new here, I know I've said this a million times, but I used to look like this. And yeah, for most of my life, I was like morbidly obese. And when you grow up like that, you actually, I know it sounds crazy, but you try to be active, like, because you're just constantly trying to lose the weight. You're like constantly trying, walking, doing the latest fad. I went through every fad. Like, that's just how you are. But anyway, in like 2014, I decided to get my like life together and I coupled, tracking food with exercise, and I ended up like this, which, was an amazing feat for somebody like me to lose over half their body weight. And so I started in 2014. That photo is about 2017, 18. And I will tell you, I have not stopped from 2014. Let me put some brows on while I get into this story. I have been very diligent in my exercise and eating ever since 2014. And I'm telling you what, as you get older, this shit just gets so much harder. Oh no, I just ran out. I have a backup of this. I just ran out of this Sephora pencil. So we are going to just use the little nub that I have. I have been very diligent. I definitely have not got back to that first photo, but I'm like probably 20. I'm 15 pounds more than, believe it or not. I'm only 15 pounds heavier than I was in that, like, super fit picture. It's just the wrong 15 pounds. I would like to lose like 20 pounds, but I have been like cutting and cycling for the last 10 years. And it's not really like something that I want to do necessarily anymore because it's very hard on your body when you get that low in like body fat percentage and all that kind of stuff. I eat pretty healthy. I would say I'm probably in the top 10% of like people that actually like work out and eat. It's very, I know there's like so many people that look so much better, but with that type of dedication, but like my body's constantly trying to get back to that first picture. So I'm fighting it constantly. The thing is my husband and I, we get up at every weekday morning at 3 a.m. before work and we go to the gym. Every morning before work. I am not lying. We don't take breaks. The only days that we don't go are Saturdays and Sundays. And even on those days, we do something like walk around the neighborhood or the park or something like that. So we have been very diligent in staying in this kind of world, like to help take care of ourselves. And we have just noticed that, honestly, after turning 40, because my husband turned 44, no, I turned 44. My husband turned 45 last December. He'll be 46 this December. I just turned 44. And it was like after we turned 40, everything got so much harder, like so much harder. So we went to that Rendezvous festival that, you know, I vlogged about, and I'm just going in with the Hourglass palette. I'm not really talking a lot about this makeup, I'm sorry. We went to that Rendezvous festival and we had a really good time, but you know, like traveling and all that kind of stuff, like you come back and you're like, okay, I want to do a reset. And my husband, you know, he's 6'4", and he used to be like a string bean, and then when he started working out, he bulked up a lot and he got a really nice like weightlifter's body, like super jealous of that. But he looks great. I think he looks delicious. Like I love the way he looks. But he was kind of like at work, because at home I don't buy like any junk. We don't have the opportunity to eat like junk food. But at work, his break room has donuts and chips and Little Debbie's and everything, and he was just kind of like indulging, you know, all the time. And I told him, I was like, you need to lay off the Pop-Tarts and like all this stuff. And he's like, I know, but like his body like just doesn't process it like mine does. Like he's so tall and just like built slim that he can like take that stuff in and it's not like really bad for him. Whereas like I look at that stuff and I'm like, oh look, I'm 15 pounds heavier. But he decided that he wanted to kind of like join in and like watch what he was doing. So when we got back from that festival, we mapped out all the food that we were going to buy. We counted all the calories, all the macros. And so that has been like 2 months ago, I think. So for 2 months, we cut out all of like the weekend snacking, all like everything. We revamped everything, like kind of back to the roots when we were like, you know, seriously like bodybuilding and everything, high in protein, no junk food, low in sugar, low in carbs, like all that kind of stuff. It has been 2 months. And yeah, he has lost like 10 pounds and he looks fantastic. I, on the other hand, in that 2 months, have actually netted plus 2 pounds. How that happened, I don't know. It has been insane. So I'm bringing this up because currently I am really like, I'm giving a little bit more effort than him. I mean, I'm not downplaying what he's doing, but I am giving up like a little bit more effort because I have to work so much harder. And so my recent training schedule, I was doing like high reps, low weight bodybuilding every day. I have recently switched to like a HIIT program where, you know, Monday, Wednesday, I'm doing, you know, HIIT intervals, and we're talking things like burpees, plank jacks, squat thrusts, those types of things. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm doing like a kickboxing cardio type thing. And then, you know, in the evenings, we walk the dogs, so we get a little bit more activity in. I just want to say, I used to train for like Spartan races and things like that. And a lot of the stuff in the HIIT workout is like part of like what I used to do in the Spartan training classes. And I just, now that I have like kind of reintroduced them into my training routine, I just cannot believe look at me sweating. Dude, I'm like sweating. It's so hot and I'm in this office with like all these lights. Oh my God, I'm dying. I apologize. Just bear with me. I have noticed that as I've incorporated these things back into my routine, I cannot believe how fucking hard they are. And I'm telling you, it is not like since I was Spartan training class, it was not like I just stopped exercising. Hubs and I go every morning and we train for at least 60, if not 90 minutes. And I'm not just like going and I am jogging to warm up. I'm jogging a mile on the treadmill. It takes about 12 to 15 minutes, depending on how bad my feet hurt that day. And then I'm going and doing intense workouts for another 60 minutes after that. And then after that, I either get on the Stairmaster or the elliptical for another 20 minutes. So it's like, I'm not just like fucking playing around, I'm doing it. And when I introduced this HIIT stuff, oh my God, like I used to do burpees. Like I used to do full burpees while pressing a log. Like I was able to do that in so many reps, like so many reps. And now I can't even do like 5 modified burpees, like on a fucking kickboxing mat. Like it's so embarrassing, guys. Like, I don't know if you know what an inchworm is. I guess it is kind of a hard move, but like it shouldn't be. It's like where you stand like on your feet and then you crawl out on your hands into a plank and then you go back and your feet never move. I like the first time I did that in my new routine, the minute I hit the mat with my wrist, my fucking wrists popped and then they hurt the rest of the day. I'm just like, I'm dying. Like literally my body is like decaying and it's just not handling anything like it did 2 years ago, 5 years ago. It's absolutely bananas. Like the whole getting old thing is unreal. It's like, no, it's real. It's like, it's totally real, which is the most fucking scary part of it. Like, and sometimes I like try to like not think about it too much because I go into like one of those holes where it's like, oh my God, like the end is near. And it's like, I'm running out of time. And if you didn't notice, I'm sorry, I never showed this before. My husband got me the little Merit single eyeshadow for my birthday. This is in the Color Studio, and I love this thing. It's so like creamy, and it is like a true, if you had like a decent color range, this is like a true like one and done type of eyeshadow. Like it's so nice. It blends out so easy. I don't need to use a brush. I mean, sometimes I will if I'm like really trying to feather it out, but you can literally just like put it on your eyelid and kind of like tap it out and then you have this like really pretty color. I'm so in love with it. I do want to get some other colors. And he completely surprised me with that. I think we were like somewhere and I just said, oh, I really want one of those eyeshadows. And then when we were out to lunch for my birthday and he let me open my presents, this was like a complete surprise. And I'm like, oh my God, look, my husband actually is listening to me. But like I was saying, I don't know how old any of you are who watch. I would imagine I'm probably getting views from, I mean, no one's watching this video, but I imagine people are probably my age or maybe a little bit younger than me, possibly a little bit older than me. I don't know. But I would assume that you have noticed time goes by so freaking fast. I'm just going to top that Merit with this little Chantecaille single. This is just a really pretty coppery color that I like to tap like on the top of my lids. It makes it like a real natural, like shiny finish. I like it a lot. I'm pretty sure like you guys have noticed like time is going by like so fast, like as you get older. My husband calls it the quarter syndrome. Like back in the 80s, I don't know if you remember going into like grocery stores and they had those like big funnel things like at the front of the grocery store that you could like put a quarter in and the quarter would like spin, and as it got closer to the bottom of the funnel it would like go faster. And he constantly is like, we're getting to the bottom of the funnel, and I'm like, I know, like because it's like all of a sudden like I feel like I'm just going to be decorating for Christmas like tomorrow. Like I don't know what is happening, although this sweating is not giving Christmas. But like, man, I'm having such a hard time with like the just realizing how old I am. And I'm not trying to make this into like a weight loss like type discussion here, because it is really just about realizing that I'm not capable of doing as much as I used to be. But man, it's jarring. It is jarring how fast you realize like you're just not who you once were. And it's kind of scary. Listen, you can come at me in the comments about like all this stuff. I don't know what it is. Like I went and got last year when I noticed like, you know, my body started gaining like a little bit of weight and all this stuff. And I went to the doctors and we got all these blood tests done and everything came back out regular, and I've seen endocrinologist people, and I don't think I ever talked about this, but I even did Ozempic like last year from February to July. Yeah, like February to July of last year, I was injecting Ozempic and I spent so much money on it. So much money. And I didn't lose 1 single pound. Not 1 pound. I had all of the terrible side effects that you could possibly imagine. It was terrible. Like, I couldn't go to the bathroom. Every time I ate something, it was like the worst. I'm sorry, this is like probably like not good to what? Hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. It's a little hard to put on eyeliner when you're talking in camera. Anyway, yes, I did the Ozempic thing. I spent thousands of dollars for that 6 months and just nothing. I wasn't part of the miracle like everybody's talking about. And, you know, I came to a point where my husband's like, well, you could try the Manjaro. And I'm like, I just don't want, I did it before. Like naturally. Like I didn't have any help. I did it all myself by tracking and doing exercise. And I'm doing all those same things. But the only thing that has changed is my age. I just have gotten so old. And I'm just, listen guys, if you ever thought about going on a journey to just like better yourself, let's do it when you can, okay? I know they always say like, you're never too old, and that is true, but oh my God, is it freaking harder when you are old? Like I can't even explain it. I'm sure everybody has like a little bit of experience in something like this, but Lordy, it is like so jarring to me, like how fast my body has declined in the last, like probably the last time I really cut down was when I went to Miami for my 41st birthday. So I would say in the last 2 years, it has really, so after 42, it's really gotten bad for me. However, I am going to end this on a positive note, is because I did change my life and I do take care of myself. Even though I don't look like somebody that does all the work that I do every day, all the sacrifices that I make. And when I say sacrifices, I'm talking like even being normal in society. Like every Friday, CEO of my company comes around with donuts. It's like, happy Friday, guys. Thank you for all your hard work. You know, here, have a donut. And I always have to say, don't, I'm good. No thanks. And then you get that whole like thing of everyone around you going, oh, Carol, come on, just one donut's not gonna hurt. And it's like, dude, those are norm sacrifices that you make in order to just try and stay within this like place that you made yourself. And sometimes I'm like, you know what, give me the fucking donut, because like the other day, I weigh in every Friday, and when I gained weight after sweating my ass off for the last week and depriving myself of so many things, and I still gained weight, I was like, give me the fucking donut. Doesn't matter. But like more often than not, I'm not eating the donut, which I guess is like what's, you know, kind of at least letting me maintain this like weird over what I want to be, but not getting over to where I don't want to be point in my life. Like I was saying, I am very grateful. I'm going in with the Armani Clear Gloss. So we're just doing clear. Oh, look at that. I can see like sweat on my upper lip. This is great. This is going great. I am very happy of the work that I put in, because I mean, honestly, day to day, I am able to do things. I'm able to go shopping and feel pretty decent, not as decent as, you know, 5 years ago. But I mean, I definitely still remember what it was like to be in that, you know, almost 400-pound body. And I hated myself. And I am at a place in my life where being 44, I can look in the mirror sometimes and be like, oh, I'm doing good as a human. Like I'm taking care of myself, and you know, I like how my bronzer looks today. And even though my hair looks terrible, you know, we're still on a path of like giving our best for the day. Even though I'm literally like becoming the crypt keeper like second by second, you know, there are some good things about it, and I have some good experiences. I just, you know, you're never, I see why women like look at like 20-year-olds and they get like jealous, like because, you know, you're never going to get back there. It's just, it's never going to happen. And that's just something that we have to like kind of accept and just move on with our lives. Anyway, that was the look. Ha, what do we think? Nice and cute, nice and summery and natural. Go to the movies, you know, run to Sam's Club, buy that spinach for those freaking smoothies I'm drinking in the morning for no reason. But yeah, I like how this came out. Really cute, really simple. Got some gold jewelry on. This is the Ana Luisa ring that my husband got me for my birthday. I really, really like it. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm sorry that this was just like a off the rails chatter video and I didn't even really talk about any products, but I'll link everything below if you want. If you could please like this video, it really does help me out. If you could comment down below on how you're doing. How are you doing? I really want to know. I got a comment that I still haven't replied to from Melissa on my Disturbia video, and I just, if she's watching, I want to say, hey girl, you are doing amazing, and super jealous. No, just kidding. Keep on going because it's the best thing you can do for your life. And if you could subscribe so you can follow all of these antics, that would be the awesomest. I love you guys so much. I will see you on the next one.